Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Grace in About Days, and today we are going to be doing a very simple everyday look. And I really do hope you enjoy this video. I really do hope you learn something. Without wasting time, let's get straight into the video.
Hi. So guys, I've already done my eyebrows off camera and I'm just going to move on to the eyes. And since we are having like a beginner friendly, very neutral look, we're not going to do a lot to the eyes. So I'm just going to start by concealing my eyes, and I'm going to use the Inside Cosmetics. You just need like a concealer that is close to your skin tone. That is actually your skin tone. That's all you need for this process. So I'm just going to prime my lids. Take your blending brush, just a fluffy brush, and then you're just going to blend that concealer in. So after you blend your concealer, you're going to set it with setting powder, and then for this one I'm going to be using my Maybelline New York setting perfecting loose powder, but you can use any translucent powder. You can even use a banana powder. Any powder will work. You just need to make sure you set your powder so that it doesn't move. That's the whole point of this. You just don't. So next up, we're going to move on to you want to create some definition to your eyes, like some depth to your eyelids. So I use is the LA Girl Pro Face High Definition Make Press Powder. So I'm going to use this one on the outer crease of my eyes, like this outer crease of my eyelids. One step that I like to do, which opens up the inner eyelids, is I take a very like neutral, not neutral, like maybe a white or a light brown. I don't know what color it is, but it looks like this. And then this one is the Profusion Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to use the shade Heavenly, and again you dip and tap because that's what we do to make sure we have that really smooth application. And you have to be very patient, because if you want to take a lot of the powder of the eyeshadow and then you feel like it would save you some time, saving your time will not save your face, honey. You have to make sure you take your time. Now after this, you take the brush that you were using for the powder, you take that one and then you blend, because you want to make sure as much as it's like neutral, it's also blended. Blend it out. So I'm just going to go do the other eye off camera, and then I'll be back with the lashes. So funny thing is, I thought I was recording the whole lash application and eyeliner, but I lost the footage and I'm so sorry. But if you really need a tutorial for the lash application and the wing liner, just hit me up in the comments and I'll do that video for you. So now we're going to move on to the face, which is, you know, the main canvas for catfishing, you know what I'm saying. We're going to be using the Inside Makeup Essentials Primer 3-in-1, and we're just going to put a little. I mainly put on my T-zone, where I get oiled the most. So for the face, after priming, we're going to use our foundation, and for this one I'm going to try the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me Foundation, and it's in the shade 340 Cappuccino, and I am praying this is my shade because I've never used it, so I'm hoping it's my shade. Okay. So it looks like this foundation is might be a tad bit lighter than my skin tone, so I'm just going to use the L'Oreal Paris in the shade Cocoa. So I'm going to be using this foundation brush. Do not forget the neck. Moving on, we're going to conceal our eyes and we're going to highlight our face. So for this, I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer in the shade Caramel, 40 Caramel. So the point is to highlight the face, the areas that the light is going to hit first. So that's like under your eyes, the bridge of your nose, the forehead, the chin. But for the forehead, I just put a little bit because I genuinely don't want to like highlight my forehead. I don't want to look like I have a really big forehead. That's why I just put a little bit. And then after that, we're going to blend our concealer. Concealing my after blending my concealer, I just like to take the foundation brush that I used before and then just go over those spots to make sure everything is blended and seamless. The next step is going to be setting. So we're going to set our face again using the Maybelline New York Master Fix concealer that we used before on our eyelids. What we're going to do is contouring. Now the contouring is when you create shadows on your face, to create the sculpted look. So we're going to use the dark foundation, which is like a bit darker than your normal skin tone, and then that's what we're going to use to contour our face. So for the whole contouring thing, I used to like just go like this, just the dark face. And now moving on to the nose contour, which is my favorite part because I am one of the few people who do not have nose bridges. But it's fine. We can create it with makeup. So I'm just going to take a little bit, just with the nose, you don't want it to be too harsh. Just going to take a little bit from this brush, that dark foundation. And then we're just going to, you start from the eyebrow, like where your eyebrow starts. And then just draw a line. Like so. So after this, we're just going to make sure we want to chisel out our contour. We're going to go back with our powder, the same translucent powder. We're just going to take it and then chisel out our cheekbone. Let me just try use the beauty blender. I hope it works this time. I do not trust beauty blenders for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't. But I should. Look at that. So easy. So we're just going to go to the areas where we contoured, and then we're going to use the Elegel Pro Face High Definition Made Pressed Powder and Cocoa to set all the areas that we contoured. Ooh, and you have to be careful with this. It is really pigmented. Ow. Deep and tap again. Deep and tap. I think I'm gonna make a song from this. Deep and tap. Deep and tap. And after setting our face, we're going to move on to bronzer. Bronzer is more like a contour, but the difference is a bronzer gives you more warmth. It's not really for contouring, it gives you warmth. So I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution and Patricia Bright palette, the face palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade 2. Dust off our setting powder, the one that was baking. Just going to dust it off. Look at that. Just I haven't blended it out. I have not blended it out, but just look at that transition. Just look at it. So now we're going to move on to our blush, and using the same Patricia Bright palette, I'm going to use this deep burgundy shade and just going to apply it on my cheeks. Look at that. Next, we're going to move on to the highlighter, and we are going to be using the same palette, and we're going to be using this shade, which is a very deep gold color. We're going to highlight our cheekbones, our nose. Yeah, this is when we shine. This is when we glow. This is where you So to finish off the whole look, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finishing X Spray, and we're just going to drench our face in this. Really? Oh. So now that we're finished our face, we're going to move on to the lips. And for the lips today, first of all, you want to moisturize. I'm using just a normal Vaseline a lip care rosy lips moisturizer. And then I'm going to do pink lip, pink nude lip. I'm going to go with my Lakme Perfect Definition Lip Liner. And I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Less Liquid Catsuit in the shade Rebel. Take the Essence XXL Nude Lip Gloss in the shade Just Nude, and I'm going to put it to the center of my lips. On the center of my lips. It's going to be on the center. And then I'm going to take my clear lip gloss and then
So this is the finished look, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I really hope you learned something. So please do not forget to comment, like, share and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye.